Hey everybody, welcome to Why Buy. Let's talk about buying a condo in the Alta Vista Towers in downtown Edmonton, Alberta. We actually decided we were going to start looking to buy a place in 2017 where we were kind of at the place in our lives where we were kind of getting tired of paying rent and wanted to kind of have a place we could call our own. So we kind of started first thinking about where we wanted to live in Edmonton. Now, I have been living in Edmonton since I've been 17 years old, and it's always been kind of around that downtown area, and my fiance as well, very similar, kind of has lived around the downtown area for most of her life. So we decided to try something a little, maybe in a different area of the city, where we felt maybe there are some more offerings that might suit what our lifestyle is. We're fairly active people, so that would have meant maybe a lot more trails nearby or some cool activities that might not be available right in the downtown core. So that resulted in us kind of doing some research and learning about the Windermere area of Edmonton. We decided actually to find a place nearby and rent for a year. It's a great thing we did because we found out really quick that the big thing that became really challenging was actually just having to drive absolutely everywhere. We were used to being able to walk to the grocery store just to get groceries. We're used to just walk out our back door and you're right at the river valley. So our initial budget was $300,000. We really had to understand what that meant for what we were going to get in the downtown area. For an example, like living on the south side for that 1 year, we knew there were townhouses brand new being built in the 300,000. So what can you get in downtown Edmonton for that $300,000 range? We found that anywhere from a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom to a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom is a pretty standard price for $300,000. But you're going to sacrifice certain things at that price point. The two main things are the build quality. Most buildings that we looked at in that range with the 2-bedroom unit, they had a previous history of special assessments with the owners. So a lot of people were being asked multiple previous years to spend anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 to replace issues in the building. If you are buying into a condo, really look at those minutes of the board of directors meetings, really look into those financial statements, talk with your realtor to understand what it means, because you don't want to buy something and then a few months later have to pay even more money. That was the last thing we wanted to do. So if I can't just stress enough, just make sure that you really understand the history of the building before you buy into it. And if you don't know how to understand these documents you're requesting, it's really easy to hire a lawyer to have a look at these. It's fairly cheap. I think they charge around like the $500 mark just to go through everything for you and give you a summary and their opinion on what are some things to be aware of. We really didn't want to take that risk on. We really wanted the peace of mind that we had a quality building where we can really have a predictable expenses in this building and not have to deal with a $10,000 payment in any given year. The other thing is that you're going to sacrifice on the age of the building. So at $300,000, you're actually getting quite an older building. We found in order to buy a building that kind of didn't have these two issues, that price range jumped up to about the $400,000 mark. And we were okay with that. We were comfortable that for that premium, we were going to get something that we wouldn't have to worry about and we could just move in and not have to renovate. So perfect. That's where we started looking at some buildings in the downtown area. And the one that really stuck out to us was the Alta Vista South Tower. Kind of checked all our boxes. So it was actually really quick. The unit was on the market for 6 days and we put our offer in and it was accepted. It had a corner unit, 1,000 square feet, a big kitchen for a condo. We do cook all the time, so we need something that can, hold all of our stuff. Another big thing was the bedroom size. We really wanted to have a big master bedroom. Dressers, side tables, all of that stuff needs to fit for us without feeling cluttered. So that was really important to us. Also, we have a queen size bed, but we're thinking about upgrading to a king size bed, and the master bedroom will have no problem fitting that. Another great thing we loved was that the master bedroom has an ensuite, floor to ceiling windows. There's so much light that comes into here. We're on the 7th floor, and we have a beautiful view of the Railtown community in downtown Edmonton. All the buildings around us really are kind of around the 5 or 6 stories range. So we have a really nice view. Some other things I love are the in-suite air conditioning, the forced air heating, the underground parking. I'm sure if you're from Edmonton, having to start your car in -40 for 6 months is the worst thing in the world. It takes so much time, both to and from your home. So being able to just hop in underground and go is the best thing in the world. There's a big gym here as well, and we are fairly active people in the winter, so we try to stay and use that gym as much as we can. And one of the big things too, I feel this area is fairly safe. The building itself is very secure, but I do feel like at any time of the day I can walk around outside in this area and feel very safe. To talk a little bit about the experience of just living here and the quality of the building, I'm very happy. Concrete build, concrete floors. It's crazy. We don't hear anybody above, below, neighbors. It's very quiet. So my favorite thing about this place is actually the area. I mean, we needed a place that we wanted to live in and checked all of our boxes. But when it comes to the actual community, that was the most important thing to us, was where we wanted to live. So the Railtown community is kind of right at the MacEwan University area of the city. That's kind of right in between the new Ice District and the new Brewery District. So for us, it's fantastic. It's a 5-10 minute walk to go to any sporting events at Rogers Place. It's another, same 5-10 minute walk to the Brewery District, where there's a lot of good new restaurants there. And yeah, living downtown is great for date nights. It's really easy for us to just go out and have a few drinks and a good time, and then walk home. We don't have to, worry about driving, who's paying for a cab, all of that. It's not an issue. It's fantastic. What we really love doing is getting out. We have bikes. We'll go and bike through the river valley. We'll go on runs, run through the river valley. The actual Oliver area where we're in is awesome. Like I can walk out my door and I don't feel like I'm in downtown Edmonton. It's definitely not in the core of the downtown Edmonton, though I can get there in 5 or 10 minutes. And that's the best thing. I walk so much everywhere. So it's nice to be able to, if I need to go into the core, can walk there. Otherwise, if I don't feel like I'm in a downtown of the city. So if you thought this video was helpful, please like and subscribe, show your support, and thanks for watching.
Cut, there's going to be a cat in the background.
Dude. Hey, everybody.